Tonight I'm going to give you just a brief look at Calendar Alarm, called CalAlarm, an app on the iTunes or Apple Store for $2.99. It apparently came out last summer. I just discovered it in my many-year quest for an app that will keep on alerting me until I actually do something with the phone, alerting the event. So if you put the phone down or come back to the phone or just miss an alarm, it's very frustrating when you miss a meeting because of it. So let me show off the actual app here. Okay, we're going to launch CalAlarm, bottom left corner. And we'll go ahead and create an event with the plus in the upper right corner. Okay, it's 8:33 now, so let's set this one for 8:35. And let's say we want an alarm at the time of the event. And we're now done. So we now have a test that's going to go off in less than a minute. Now, we don't need the app in our face or running. To show you that it's going to run or do push notifications even in the background. In fact, to make this more compelling, I'm going to do a force quit. So double tap, slide that up, there. So CalAlarm app is not running. If we run my traditional iOS calendar view, you see the test showed up. It's sharing the same database. So the same test alert we just made is there in the native iOS 7 app. And we should see CalAlarm spring to life here and do its thing. So I'll point a couple things out. I've got the microphone nearby. You probably heard it beeping. The phone is not in vibrate mode. If it was in vibrate, it would vibrate over and over until we clear it. So if we do nothing and we don't tap the screen, we just ignore the phone, the whole point is I really want to know about a meeting I'm in the middle of missing and being late for. Again, the point is you're in a noisy place, maybe you're shopping, you're out and about, you're in a car, you can feel the vibrating phone in your pocket. I, again, really have wanted this feature for a long time, to keep vibrating or keep ringing, keep trying to get my attention until I do something on the screen. I should also point out this works from the lock screen as well. So if my phone was locked, I'm still going to get a notification coming up in my face from CalAlarm trying to get my attention. Okay, so we're coming up at a full minute, and there we go. It repeated. So now I'm going to just tap stop repeat. Up comes the CalAlarm interface. And you'll notice we still have a native iOS event to clear. So you will be tapping twice, OK and off. I didn't want to snooze. That's it. I now dial into my phone call or whatever else I might have been late for. We can go ahead and create a test event right here on the phone. And I wish I didn't have to wait 4 minutes for it. Let's call it okay, so that's a test at 8:40. Let's do a little different scenario. This could be a repeating meeting. That's every meeting at 8:40. That's super important for me to be at. Fine. The alert. Let's say at the time of the event and say done. Okay, so now we have this test 2 meeting at 8:40. Double tap to go back to CalAlarm, and instantly, or almost instantly, it showed the second test. You'll notice I have CalAlarm set by default working here, the little alarm on the right, right? Suppose you have a meeting that's really not that important, like maybe the 8:35 one-off meeting wasn't that important. We can tap on it and just say none. And you'll see that very clearly indicates that this thing has been turned or told not to nag me repeatedly. In fact, not to nag me at all. So we can use CalAlarm to kind of go through all our meetings in the upcoming week and decide which one should nag us like crazy to make sure we show up and which ones aren't that important. When you make a change, it's instant. So now we've got 2 minutes of time to elapse, right? We set the alarm to sound at the instant it happens, which is 2 minutes from now. You'll see at the top the clock says 8:38. We're waiting for 8:40 to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this video a little bit. Okay, test 2 worked great. I can tap OK, and notice what happened there. It stopped repeating. So if we tap the native iOS thing first, I didn't actually have to, I only had one thing to clear. I'd say the last test would be sounding an alarm from the lock screen. So let's go ahead and create test 3. Okay, this one at 8:45. 3 minutes before should do the trick. So at 8:42, this is going to sound, so I better get in hurry here. So now we're on the lock screen. At 8:42, 3 minutes before my 8:45 event I just set, the phone should wake up and try to get my attention. Okay, it worked beautifully. Let's try to slide to view it. Okay. So there you have it. Go back to the lock screen. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you're wondering what software I use, this is not a jailbroken phone. It's just iOS 7 with Reflector AirPlay receiver running on a Windows 8.1 laptop. And if you enjoyed this demo, make sure to check out other Apple topics over at tinkertry.com. Thank you for watching.